Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Deep Yellow is a uranium exploration, development, and soon mining company. And today I'd like you to update our development of our flagship Tumas project in Namibia. Before I get to that, I'd like to describe why we believe uranium mining has a great future ahead of us, and that is intrinsically linked to the need for clean 24/7 electricity for our future. When people talk about net zero, by whatever date that might be possible, most of the discussion is about how do we clean up our electricity production. And you see that in the upper graph. That is sort of the mix from this year of the electricity production across the world. And the goal is to shift what we're producing through hydropower, nuclear, wind, solar to across the left and phase out coal, oil, and gas to a large degree. However, that portion of our total energy consumption is only about 17%, at about 31,000 terawatt hours per year. And the largest demand is actually transport and industrial heat, which you tend to not hear much about it in public discussions. How do we replace the need for 100,000 terawatt hours in the future, which currently is supplied by mainly coal and oil and gas? That's why we believe that nuclear power will be a key source of clean energy that can be relied on in the future. And that has, of course, an impact on the plans for so many countries around the world to build nuclear power plants. And currently there are 439 nuclear power plants operating, and usually one nuclear reactor equates to about 1 gigawatt of capacity that it can produce. And the interesting what has changed in the last few years, mainly from China and US, is a commitment to triple, and even in case of China, to increase by 7 times increase. And especially when you look at China over the last few years, they tend to do what they say, and they say what they do. So 5 years ago, their nuclear reactor fleet was probably less than 20. And they said they're going to increase it substantially. And I have no doubt that the ambition to go to 400 gigawatts, which equates to 400 nuclear reactors, they will do that. And on the back of that, we'll have a huge need for additional supply. So currently, 150 million pounds of U3O8 is being supplied by the mining industry. And the key producing countries are Kazakhstan, Canada, and Namibia, alongside with Australia and other countries. That need will increase substantially in the decades ahead. And there lies also the challenge for the uranium industry, but also the opportunity for us to grab this opportunity and develop our business. On the back of that, I'd like to give just an update where we are as a company. We are globally diverse. We have 2 long-life projects located in 2 Tier 1 mining jurisdictions, one in Namibia, our Tumas project, and the second one is the Mulga Rock project here in Western Australia. We are positioned to be a uranium producer in the near term. We're aiming for Q3 in 2027. We always have a two-pronged approach to this. One is an organic growth, which we have showcased in terms of Tumas, and we also have an active M&A activities, and that culminated in the merger with WIMI a couple of years ago. Those 2 main projects are 2 of 3 important pillars of our company, and the third one is our team that we have assembled. And I'll get to that more in detail. But here you can see where we are situated. So Tumas in Namibia and Mulga Rock in Western Australia. That is backed by 2 exploration pre-development projects. One is the Omahola. This project is similar to the mineralization at the Ressing and the Husab uranium mine nearby. And in the Northern Territory, we have the Alligator River project, which has a small resource of about 33 million pounds of uranium oxide. And this is really a project for the future, where you has the opportunity to discover and develop large deposits with rather high grade. And I mentioned that our third pillar is our team. Over the last years, John Borshoff, our CEO, has assembled a technical team and not technical people across from exploration geology, resource development, mining expertise, processing engineers that can build mines, and people that can operate mines. And that ends with the ability to market our products to utilities. And in my third part, just give you a little update on our Tumas project that is located about 40-50 kilometers west of the coastal town of Swakopmund, central Namibia. And we have updated the DFS back in April 2025 this year, and we're aiming to produce about 3.6 million pounds of U3O8, and that is a medium-sized operation. And the key here is that we are establishing a long life of mine, about 30 years is achieved, and that gives our potential customers the ability to plan ahead, because nuclear power plants tend to operate 50, 60 years plus. And in the future, we'll see that, no doubt, increasing as well. The FID has been deferred, not because we weren't ready. We're really waiting for the right incentives from the uranium price, which we can see is improving each week. And we have started stage development progress, and that includes providing access via road construction. The procurement is far advanced to get ready this project for construction. And here's just some information on where we were with the DFS, which was updated in April this year. And at the time, we assumed the base case of $82.50 per pound, and at the moment, that's the long-term price indicator. The second column that's what's a prediction that basically equates to about $104 a pound, which is quite significant upside to the project in the future. And below you see a bit of the time frame, what we're planning with, and all of that is depending on price naturally, but we're hoping to start constructing next year and start commissioning the project in the middle of 2027. And looking further ahead, that is only the start of our journey to become a uranium miner, and really envisaging a multi-mine, multi-project mining company that is then backed 2 years later with the Mulga Rock project here in Western Australia. So we're aiming for a total production of about 7 million pounds per annum. And with that, I'd like to thank you for your attention. Thank you.